Hello and welcome to my brand new video. I'm Emma Purple and it looks as if we are in 2026. I'm not even going to talk about 2025 anymore. I'm not even going to refer to it. We have been there, we have done that, it's past. But at the start of every new year, you typically hear people saying stuff like new year, new me, and everyone is optimizing their output. This is the time where they are determined, they are motivated. This year I am going to travel out of the country. This year is the year I'm going to lose weight. And the year starts with that high, and then 1 week passes, 2 weeks pass, and then everything just goes down and crashes to the ground, and you find that you are back to the same old routine. And the funny thing is that people are complex. It's very difficult to change. I was thinking the other day, when you say that you want to become a better person, is it you just pretending? What is the difference between pretending and making an effort to change your personality and change your character? But that's just philosophical stuff. As we're in the new year, a lot of things are running through my mind, and there's a tendency for me to ramble, and I am going to ramble, so this is a ramble warning. But I just want to let you guys know that if you want to read my blog post, I have written a whole blog post, and I will leave that in the description, and you can go ahead and check that out. But one of the things going round and round my head as we enter the new year is the obsession with goals. Like, in this modern world, people are obsessed with goals, and to be fair, having goals is not a bad idea, but looking back and seeing the progression that life has taken through the years, it's almost as if our goals are in God's hands, as if we actually have no power to really change the future. And there's a tendency for that to become a defeatist mentality. For you to say, okay, I've made plans in the future, I've done all my part, and then everything burned down and there was nothing to show for it, so why should I try again? But the reason why you should try again lies in whose hands the future actually lies. True, the future does not lie in our hands, but the future lies in God's hands. He looks at the entirety of our being, at our past, present, and future, and it's all a finished story to Him. And that is all just to say that I guess the essence of every new year is to start the year putting your trust in Him, to acknowledge that He's the author and the finisher, He's the sustainer of our life. This is His story that He's writing, and sometimes He can call you like, come and chip in into this thing that I'm writing. And we as children of God, we should just come with that eagerness of children, that they know that they are not the ones molding this masterpiece, but like, it's fun to be in participation with the one, the perfect creator of our lives and destiny. Someone shared something. I was watching a sermon, and he was talking about work and how it was a form of worship and why it's so important. And he was saying that God is in control, He is sovereign, He is the ruler, He is the author and finisher, and He invites humanity to be creative, like when He told Adam and Eve to work in the garden and tend to the garden and name the animals. And not necessarily because He needs Adam and Eve. It's not that God's hands are tied except Adam and Eve does that, but it is a gift that He has given to them to steward that wonderful thing that He has created in their lives. And I feel as if that is how life is for us in essence. These days that we were not privy to, we just woke up one day and saw that we exist, and God has brought us into this life, into the country we find ourselves, into the family that we were born into. Like, you understand that this is something that God has invited you into to participate. And that is the mindset that I have going into the new year. Despite saying all of this, I know it might seem as if I don't have any goals for the new year. I am just going with the flow. But mind you, I have a lot of goals. But these goals that I have are more of suggestions. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, I was sharing a video like this at the start of, was it 2024? And I was like, yeah, they are just suggestions to God. God, if it's in your plans, I would like to get married this year. If it's in your plans, I would like to go to school again and do all those things. But I have the understanding at the back of my mind that it's not in my plans and it's in God's plan. And the wonderful thing about everything being in God's plan is that it is always for His glory and it's always for our good. Even though sometimes the things that are for our good don't necessarily look as if they are good at the moment. But there is a purpose in pain, there is grace in grief, there is a point to every senseless thing that you see happening in your life. And knowing all that, I am not anxious, because the thing about laying out goals at the beginning of the year and saying, okay, I want to get this, I want to achieve this by all means, yes, it makes you determined, it makes you motivated, it makes you work hard. But when you reach the point that, okay, May is coming around, I said I was going to publish a book by May, what is happening? It starts to feed your anxiety, it starts to make you anxious and afraid. But the thing is that once you put your trust in God, there is no safety net that you have haphazardly stripped to catch yourself when you are falling. You are literally walking in God's hands. And I'm not saying this to say that you are not going to have any trouble, you are not going to have any problem, there's not going to be any challenge. There's this phrase I'm remembering from the Chronicles of Narnia. I will look it up and let you guys know what the phrase says exactly. And it's the same with God. God is good, but is He safe? The point that I want to make is that putting your life in the hands of God isn't necessarily something that is going to be perfect. It's not something that is going to be safe all the time, but it's a good place to be, and it is a place of growth. And I was just thinking that me standing here right now is a sign of growth, is a sign of life. I was trying to organize my laptop a few days ago, deleting old selfies that I never shared, and I saw so many videos that I recorded and I never posted those videos because internally I was struggling with self-image and I was so afraid, and I just had so much anxiety and so much pressure from life, both internally and externally, that I could not express myself. And then I took a bold step of faith in 2015 and I started recording videos, and now I have a certain level of confidence to share these things. Yeah, they're still not perfect, but like I have been able to share 1 or 2 things that have helped my life, and I feel as if this channel and the things that I've put out are of value. And that is the thing about growth. Sometimes we are looking for dramatic growth, but growth often sneaks up on us when we are unaware. I don't know if I've put it clearly enough what my goals for 2026 is, but I have goals. I have goals. I don't want to share the goals now. Maybe in future videos I'll share the writing goals. Last year I already shared my 10-book 5-year writing plan. The plan is behind, but it's excusable. I'm still trying to work on one of my WIPs, that Stronghold, currently in chapter 7. I have really been enjoying writing it. The writing plans are still there, but the long and short of it is that the plans are all in God's hands and I am just a participant. And every single month, by the grace of God, as I share my journey throughout the months and what I've learned, I'll be sharing it as an observer and not necessarily someone who is making things happen by my own ability, but someone who is seeing God as He works in His mastery and just sharing the things that I have been observing in the process. To conclude this video, I'll just read one Bible verse that seems to summarize everything where my state of mind is as we're in this new year 2026. And I'm going to be reading from Psalms 121. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. He will not let your foot be moved. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all evil. He will keep your life. The Lord will keep your going out and your coming in from this time forth and forevermore. And looking back, I have seen God as my keeper. I've seen him as my help. I have seen him as the one who ransoms my soul when it feels as if there is no way for me to come out of it. And in Psalm 72, the verse that I read on my birthday last year, it talks about God being like the rain, the showers that fall on the mown grass. And the long and short of it all is that the grass is mown. The grass has no ability of its own to stop the knife, the what do they call it, the lawnmower that cuts it off. It is dried out, but the rain is a sign of relief, and the rain falls regardless of the will of the grass. And in the same way, when I read this verse, I see God being the active participant. He is our help. He is the one who does not let our foot be moved. He is the one who is our keeper. He is the one who does not let the sun or the moon smite us. And I feel as if there is this tendency for us to strive and to toil and to struggle, and most of the time we're not struggling for the right thing. I'm not trying to say this again that we should not have effort, we should not put effort in anything, but for me there is a priority. There is the most important thing. He is my anchor. I shared it in my blog post that God is my anchor, and he is the one that I am turning my eyes to. And the wonderful thing about God is that it makes room for lapses and weaknesses, because you know that we are fallible, we can make mistakes, but there is no mistake in God, and he has a lot of grace. And for me, that is a place of relief to see God as my anchor. So long and short, all the rumbling I've said is that in 2026 I'm going to be seeing God as my anchor. 2026 is my year of let's see what God's gonna do. I'm putting it all in his hands, and if it works out according to my imagination and everything turns out fine, that's great. But the truth is that his imagination is greater and grander than our imagination, and whatever 2026 holds, it is to build me up, it is to build us up for his glory and for my good. So thanks again for joining me for this video. Thank you for all the people who watch my videos. Happy New Year to you. I hope 2026 is pleasant for you, and I hope that you can see God as your anchor as well. That will be all. Goodbye.